when you get to the big boys, okay?
Right.
Ford's
Right.
leading the pack, right?
Yeah, we beat Tesla to the market. They have a truck that's coming that we saw early on when we announced. That was the famous Elon Musk breaking of the window.
Oh, that was hilarious, wasn't it?
I don't know about you, Troy, but I'm not sure about those electric cars, man. Here I am, a badass Charger, and I got some little frickin' Tesla just zips right by me like nothing. I didn't even hear the guy, and I didn't stand a chance. What's the deal with that?
Well, I'm not so sure yet either. I'm being dragged into the 21st century. I've got, 6 dinosaur burners at home, right? Yeah. So I like them, and I like the sound of vehicles like that, but I tell you, you got to change with the times. And these electric vehicles are proving that they can beat the shit out of a lot of, gas-fueled combustion engines.
You know it. And, I've talked to all my buddies in Newport Beach, and they're all like, well, I want to get a truck, I want to do this, and they buy those Raptors that are really frickin' cool. And really, there's only one place that everybody in Newport Beach goes to, and that's Villa Ford. And we're lucky enough because between you and me, we know zero about electric cars for the most part. I mean, we can, I can turn on a light switch, but that's about it. But today, we're blessed that we've got the baddest GM in Ford history, in my opinion, okay? Just the guy's cool and he knows his shit.
He's got a lot of followers.
He's going, oh man, you introduced me like that? What the hell, Hammer? Welcome aboard, man.
Thank you.
So tell us, you brought this amazing EV truck today. What is it that you guys brought us today?
We brought you the F-150 Ford Lightning, and it is the baddest ass truck that's hit the road as of late, for sure.
One of the nice things I like about this truck is it looks like a Ford F-150. They didn't go all crazy because it's an E vehicle and do something completely different with it, right? It is a Ford truck, by all intents and purposes.
Right.
Other than what's under the sheet metal.
And Scott, let me ask you a question. How hard is it for us to get one?
Very difficult. Very difficult.
Locked doors. I thought I was special.
Well, for sure I can get you. I'll get you on, Hammer, for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Being my friend and all, but the supply of well, first of all, let's start off with demand. The demand on this truck is overwhelming. When we opened up the order banks to take reservations on this truck, I shouldn't even say order banks, but reservations on the truck. We had, within a 48-hour period of time, we had over 1,000 people just asking, Can I buy this truck? And you were talking about the first year of production, a store, and we're a fairly large store, to get maybe 50 to 60 of these trucks in that first year. So we're looking at 1,000 people getting 50 to 60 trucks.
And first year is 2022, correct?
Correct.
So we also have Jeffrey here with us, and Jeffrey is our expert. He knows everything about this truck. Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man.
Hey, what do you guys think? And I know this is a large question, but I like my dinosaurs, and I love the smell of gas and oil and tires burning. But how long do you think, Jeffrey, it'll be before that's just it? I mean, no more dinosaur gas.
Yeah, great question. How long do I think it'll be? Well, the other element of really this vehicle and vehicles like them being successful will be the infrastructure, your charging abilities to truly travel seamlessly with the confidence. And a lot of locals and a lot of states are working very hard to make that a reality, and they're pushing that success. So I don't know if that's a 2 to 5 year project and
Sure.
they get it done in that time frame or less, but it's under construction.
Well, tell me something. You probably have driven that truck more than anybody, right?
Everyone I know, yes. Yeah, I've driven it a little bit.
So give me some pros and cons. You've driven a lot of, I know, Scott, you're driving a Raptor, and that's a beautiful truck. And I love those things, and they're, over 100 grand, and this thing's around 80. But what do you what's the big difference in that, Jeff? What would you rather be in?
Yeah, so great question. I don't happen to be of the belief it has to be or. I think it could be and.
There's my guy.
There you
Right? Time and place.
Smart answer.
Time and place. The pro of the Lightning, obviously, is you get to drive by the gas stations. No hands dirty from fuel, those kinds of things in a time. People are sensitive to rising fuel costs. That's a real pro.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah. This vehicle, I think, will probably blow most people away, Hammer, with its power, with its smoothness, with its quiet ride and drive, which is the opposite of what so many of us enjoy from some of the noises of our soon-to-be relics, if I can say that.
Yeah, exactly.
However, I think the pros do outweigh the cons once you achieve a level of comfort. And just understand, the range on this covers me. I can drive all over, to and from work, to and from the office, and vacation. It really is outstanding on the range. You're looking at a 262 to 322 single charge range.
Well, see, and that's the nexus, right? I mean, that's kind of where Troy Davis has been held back on electric vehicles so far, is range, right? When they first came out, we were looking at 180, 150 miles on the first electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the first ones were back in the 40s, I think, right? They had electric vehicles, and they thought, that's not going anywhere. But yeah, this one here, the one behind you, Hammer, has an extended range battery in it, so it goes 320, I understand. So basically, we here sitting at the beach in Newport Beach can go to Palm Springs and back. We can go to Lake Arrowhead and back without a charge. To me, that's kind of my circle, right? So
Well, that's a lot farther than I'm going.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
So you're not even going that far, right?
No,
So,
I thought
yeah.
I thought you were a Vegas guy, Hammer. You can't go to Vegas and back.
Yeah, but I like to, unless I'm doing an electric bird.
So interesting about range. I think this is the belief, and again, this is not. There's a lot of unknowns here. I think range will probably, if I was to guess, will cap out at that 500, somewhere in that 500 mile range. I think it'll cap out. What will change the industry really will be charge time. When charge times get to a place that it's the same amount of time to charge a vehicle that it is to
Go take a
fuel your
leak.
tank. Yeah, fuel your tank now.
Yeah.
You will see the transition into this electrification that will soar. I mean, obviously,
Scott, I'm
you have
going to
that
ask
now.
a stupid question. I just said I don't know. Where does the power come in these charging stations? I mean, is it like overhead lines that come? I mean, I honestly don't know.
Is that a political question?
No, it's not. It's a question I don't know.
I think it's fossil fuel, right? I mean,
Okay, so it is.
We're talking about how's electrification is built on fossil fuels and nuclear, right? So, we know how everyone feels about fossil fuels, or like a lot of people, and we know that we're not building any more nuclear plants. So renewables is that other area that we talk about that has to produce electricity, which would end up being windmills and the solar and those kinds of things.
No,
So
we need little newt nuggets, right?
we're far behind all
Let's
that.
make that. It's called a newt nugget. You put it in your tank and you can run for like 7,000 miles, right?
Right. So everyone drives an electric vehicle for their own reasons.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Car and Driver said about this vehicle right behind you that it was Ford's most ambitious innovation since the Model T. I mean, that's a pretty big, bold statement.
Well, nobody's done it when you get to the big boys, okay?
Right.
Ford's
Right.
leading the pack, right?
Yeah, we beat Tesla to the market. They have a truck that's coming that we saw early on when we announced. That was the famous Elon Musk breaking of the window.
Oh my God. Well,
Oh, that was hilarious, wasn't it?
Remember that proof glass? Remember that truck? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that truck's ever going to come out. There's a lot of orders on that, but we're here to the market with ours today and selling them, and it's a remarkable truck. I mean,
Well, what is your
power
competition?
house.
You got the GMC Hummers out now, right? Which is a ridiculous price. And you've got the Rivian. I think is
Rivian.
the other one. Is that kind of your only
But
competition?
full size, I don't know
But
if
they're
we
not,
have
neither
any
one of those are
competition.
full size.
No, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
now.
Right, yeah.
All of your models currently, the F-150s are all crew cabs, right? They're all full-size four-door, right?
Correct.
And they're all 5.5-foot beds.
Correct.
And you have an option on most of these of having a standard battery, which is, what do you say, like 240?
262.
262 mile
Yes,
range, and then
yeah.
you can
The
beef
320.
that up. And it's not cheap to get the bigger battery, but I think it's going to be an option most people are going to want to opt for to get the higher.
The thing I'm more concerned about with, you see our studio, we like to go racing and do things, so we tow things a lot, okay?
Yeah.
And I know that's right now still a problem with everybody because, I mean, they can go 0 to 60 and, nothing flat, but, how far can they tow?
This is a great question.
When are we gonna get to where that's equal?
And I think we're far from that. I think we call you and myself an ice guy, right? We're an ice guy,
Right.
In that, and I think when you get into towing and those kinds of things, that the electric vehicle's not for you. That's not what it's going to.
What's
be
ice guy?
today?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Stone Age,
Ice?
guy, yeah.
Oh, Ice Age?
Internal? No, internal combustible
Yeah.
Gotcha.
engine, right?
Right.
That's what they're calling a regular engine now, right? An ice,
okay.
an ice.
Well, that doesn't have an engine. That's a motor. You got two motors in those, right?
Right.
Two motors in it. Yeah. Right.
And I think Scott makes a profound, point there with respect to this isn't a truck for everyone.
Right.
But every truck hasn't been for everyone.
Absolutely
up till
not.
now. So it really isn't even a change.
No. The thing I find pretty amazing that the people that I've talked to and have been driving these things is I've owned a lot of Fords. I've got a F550 dually at the river with big old 58s on it. I mean, it's looking pretty stupid, but and it gets really good.
It's about 6
mileage.
miles to the gallon downhill.
I'll guarantee you got a pair of those balls hanging off your damn
I
trailer
don't have
hitch,
the balls
too.
hanging, but it's a big King Ranch, and it's a big diesel, and it,
Beautiful.
It's crazy, but it pulls the boats and does what it has to do, and that's all it does.
It's a different truck. I mean, it's a different purpose.
truck, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You driving that around Newport Beach, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Parking would be a challenge.
Yeah, it's ridiculous no matter what. But I mean,
Yes.
I get it. But what I've been told by my buddies is this rides so much smoother. And I've owned quite a few. I mean, one of my first cars when I was a youngin' was an F150, and I've owned quite a few Fords F150, 250s, and the bigger ones. And they've been great trucks. But you get up to that 550, and you're going to get beat up driving that thing around sometimes. But this thing was riding like a caddy.